When I was still in the classroom, I was not the perfect teacher. However, one thing I always scored well on was objectives. I was told that I was very good at letting the students know exactly what they were supposed to learn by the end of the class period, and then having a series of steps, each with a purpose, that led up to that objective. Now, what does that have to do with your Teachers Pay Teachers products? Well, your objective is to sell your products, and Teachers Pay Teachers has a series of steps for you to list that product to hopefully sell it, and you need to know the purpose of each of those steps. Hello everyone, my name is Sherry from Rolling Acres Education. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time. And so there's several steps that you go through to list a product, and we're going to talk about the purpose of each one and give just a little bit of tips without going into a lot of detail to help you list your products effectively and efficiently. So the first thing is your title, and the purpose of your title is to be found and rank. Okay? Now, when a buyer goes to Teachers Pay Teachers, the first thing they're going to do is type something into the search bar, and you want to make sure that your title is something that someone is going to type in. If you have a cutesy, unique title, no one's going to find you. Okay? No teacher's going to type it in. The Perfect Halloween or Spectacular Fractions. They're typing in something like Halloween activities for 3rd grade, Halloween math activities for 5th grade fractions, something like that. And so that's the kind of title you need to have. Look at your product and think, what would I type if I was looking for something like that? Or you can look at it this way. What is it? Is it Halloween? Is it 5th grade math? Is it genetics? Is it clip art? Is it an anchor chart? What is it? And then, what kind of activity is it? Is it hands-on activity? Is it partner activities? Is it puzzles? Is it a lab? You know, what is it? And then who is it for? What grade level is it for? Or is it for ESL students? Or is it for Teachers Pay Teachers authors? Okay? And if you are new, you probably need to add on something else like differentiated, subplans, print and go, okay? I did Halloween activities for 3rd grade, and I ended up on like the 2nd or 3rd page, but when I put in Halloween activities and puzzles for 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I actually ended up on the 1st page, down towards the bottom, but I was there, okay? So be generic, and then if you're new, add a little more description, all right? Number 2 is your snippet, and to me that's kind of like an extended title, okay? And what I mean by that is you only have 80 characters for your title, and you probably have several keywords that you want to get in to that title so that you have a better chance of being found. Well, 80 characters is not going to get you a lot. So your snippet is the first 3 or 4 lines of your description, and it does help with the algorithm. So you want to naturally, okay, no keyword stuffing, naturally put a few extra keywords in there, a few extra things about your product that you would have liked to put in the title but didn't have room, okay? Make it sound natural, but put those extra keywords in there, okay? Then the next thing is your cover, and the purpose of your cover is to entice your buyer, okay? You are going to have a professional looking cover that is very legible, that gives information without being overwhelming. Now, most likely, your buyer is in a hurry, okay? And if they scroll through and they don't see any information at all, or they see too much information, they're probably going to scroll on past, okay? So you need to have legible, large font that is readable. It needs to be focused in one area or maybe 1 or 2. I usually put most up here around the top and then a little bit at the bottom, okay? I have a couple of examples from my product, and then I might have like a little extra thing, you know, like no instruction or no prep or something like that, okay? I do not overwhelm my buyer. I used to, and I'm gonna do videos on some of these, and I'm gonna definitely do one on covers, because man, this is where I have really come a long way, and I'll be able to show you some really bad covers to what I think now are pretty good covers. And I used to list everything. Crossword puzzle, word search, informational text, mazes, you know, whatever was in there. And now you might just want to put lots of activities, okay? Don't overwhelm your buyer. And the next thing that's going to happen is they're going to have a chance to see three thumbnails and your description. And the purpose of your thumbnail is to highlight parts of your resource, okay? If someone said, tell me 3 things about your resource that you think make it something I want to buy, then what are those 3 things? Make each of those a thumbnail, give a little bit of information and an example. Okay. Now, I'm not big on saying, do not do this. There are very few things that I'm going to tell you, do not do this, but one is, do not let Teachers Pay Teachers auto-generate your thumbnails. I think every Teacher Pay Teacher author would agree on that, okay? That is something you do not want to do. Do not do that. Make your own thumbnails, okay? Now, if they like your thumbnails, then they may want to read your description, okay? And the purpose of your description is to give information and be readable, okay? And what I mean by that is give all the information you want. Put everything you want to into that description that you think is important, that you really want your buyer to know, but then make it readable and skimmable, okay? Make it to where if your teacher doesn't have time to read all this information, then they can go through and find the points that you think are most important. You can use highlighting or bold-faced, italics, bullets, capital letters. You know what text features are. Use those so that if your buyer is still kind of in a hurry, but they want to get a little more information, they can skim through and see what your product is about, okay? So our preview is a visual description. And what I mean by that is it takes the things in your description and gives them some examples of what's in your work. Now, how much do you put into a preview? That's up to you. I like to give as much information as possible without actually just giving away the product. Now, at the end of your preview, a buyer should have a really good idea of what your product's about. If they don't, you need to work on your preview. They should have the vast majority of their questions answered by the time they go through all these steps and finish looking at your preview and be able to make a decision about whether or not to buy your product, okay? So they've clicked on your preview and they want to buy your product, okay? So now let's talk about your product. Obviously, I've said before, the purpose of your product is to solve a problem. Make sure before you list that product that whatever problem you said you were going to solve, you have solved it in that resource. Having a purpose and knowing what problem you're going to solve helps you to know if you've completed that resource, okay? Have you solved that problem? Then you have your resources complete. You may want to put a couple extra things in there, but you're good. Now, the purpose of your product is to solve a problem. All right, if you're still struggling with a lot of these, first of all, I'm going to do some videos in depth about some of these, but I am excited to announce that not I, but my coach Lauren has a membership, and it is $24 a month, people. I am telling you, I can't get over that. There is so much information in there. You are never going to find this much value for that price anywhere, I don't think. I don't know. I shouldn't say never, but I'm going to tell you, I haven't seen it. There's so much information is there. It's flexible. You can go and start wherever you think you need to start. And every month, there's a monthly challenge, so everybody comes together and works on a particular thing. And if you join and pay that $24, you're going to get your $24 worth. But then if after a month you decide not interested anymore, you can stop, okay? You can just quit. If you need help and you can afford $24 a month for at least a while, I'm telling you, click on the link below. I do get a small commission, but I'm telling you, I'm offering this course or recommending this course, this membership, because I think it is fantastic. especially for $24 a month. So click on the link below, give it a try, and remember, you've got this, God's got you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.